But anyway, I got it. I used to go out and shine shoes a couple days a week. Downtown New Haven. I'd make $20, $25 a day, you know, 5-hour day. That was right about minimum wage, actually. Actually, it was more than minimum wage. I had a good spot. Yeah, we had our own turf. We had our own turf. Okay. I was going to, well, I cut in on one of these, the video, you may see it. I may post it today, I don't know. But, what I did was this is 2 pieces, as you know. I took the end on this one and I cut it pie like, boom, 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 4 cuts, boom, 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 and about yay deep. And then I took the channel locks and I kind of squeezed them in a little bit on themselves. So I was able to bang this one over that. I wanted to spread this one. However, I forgot I'm working with stainless steel here. This shit doesn't even want to drill. Never mind spread. And so at that point, now what? Okay, well, I got it in, but I didn't get it in all the way. Did about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. And I got a little over that. And I had a little bit of wobble from it. So I said, well, let me sleeve it. Now, what am I going to sleeve it with? I'd rather have sleeved it with something, at least a galvanized, something closer to the color. But this thing fit perfect. So I said, well, you know what, I'll put that on there. I can always doctor it up to make it look like it belongs. You know, put another piece, make it look like. Anyway, I went to drill holes in it because I was going to put a couple self-tappers in there instead of sweating it. I broke. Did I throw them out already? I must have. Oh, here they are, over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I had more. 4 bits I broke. Trying to drill through that stainless steel using the Dremel tool as well. I tried it with a regular drill. Doesn't want to work. So I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to try going through that. And so I did this to it. Alright, I think we're done with this for now. I do want to get that a little smoother right there. Well, you know what? I may be feeling it because I'm feeling it. Because those were the holes that I was able to drill into the copper. There's a couple little dig marks in this, but that's where I kept breaking it, so I said I'm not going to bother breaking all of them. And I didn't want to go bigger, because if I went too big, I wouldn't have a small self-tapper to put in there. I'd have to put a big self-tapper in there. This is going to be on the top, so you're not going to see it anyway, so I figured that would have been great. But anyway, that's where we're at. Anyway, George, he was a good guy. When I said George of the Jungle, that's what brought it up. He was also, well, here's a twofold. He worked at Eklund's, he was management. Eklund's used to make, I think they still do, I don't even know if they're around, but him and his wife, Darlene's mother, not Darlene's mother, my first wife's mother, both worked there. That's how they met. And she was in molding or something. But anyway, not only did he work there, and this is where I used to get pissed off at the mother. The mother was a pain in the ass. The mother was for the mother. George would have to give her his paycheck every week. She would fill up his car, his truck, and give him $20 for the week. She takes care of the money, right, and everything. So now she takes care of the rent and the overhead and all that. Now, being in Equins, being management, and her being there for a long time, she was like a department head. They're making pretty good money. They had, or she had, quite a bit of money to play with after everything was paid. Well, she'd go out and spend money for knickknacks and this and that, and she would waste more money on shit. And George was walking around with $20 in his pocket. So if he wants a coffee at work or something, because he'd have to bring his lunch, you know. But what a pain in the ass she was. And she left her first husband because he was drinking. Well, I can kind of understand why he was drinking. Because if I had to live with her, I'd be drinking too. She was a Canuck. Now, does that mean anything? Not really. I mean, I know Canucks that are nice people. But if I had to judge it by her, I wouldn't trust one of them. But, like I said, she's a pain in the ass. All right. Let's get this off here. Let's twist it around this way for a minute and put you back in there. Okay. Now, how now, brown cow? Okay, grab away. Well, this one can stay here. I got plenty of them all over the place. All right. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this cosmetically in a while. From here down, it's going to have the chain. So that would be part of this. So this is going to be chained. Let me get a measurement here before I go cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Come on. Oy. Okay, I got 3.5 feet in here that I want to work with. Now I still have more room if I need it, but I'm working around 3.5 feet. So what do we have here? 4 feet. Okay, I can deal with that. Because I still have about yay to the ceiling. I think it was 18. Let me do it without getting this. There you go, 18, right there. Okay. So I have plenty of room, not a big deal. And this is 2 or 3 inches off the floor, so it's probably right where I need it to be. Yeah. And it's crooked down here, so that's why it's going up here, because of the way I had to put it into the vise. All right. Now, where's my chain? All right, who's pulling my chain? You pulling my chain? Let's make sure this thing even works before I go any further. Let's get a bulb for this little puppy. A bulb, a bulb. Testing, testing. Okay, let's plug it in. Don't look at it in case it's on. Okay, it's not on. Now, is it going to go on? Okay. I do have to clean the switch. This is old though, I'm telling you, it is. Okay. This is one of those LED, LCD, whatever you want to call them, and it's also adjustable. So I can have it a narrow beam, wide beam, or wider beam. Okay, now, I gotta find my chain. Hey, who's pulling my chain? Don't be pulling my chain. Leave my chain out of this. I'll put that there. String, do I have any more? I don't know if I have any more string in here or not. Spark plugs, filters, tire repairs, wrenches, filter wrenches, heat sinks. Why are you in there? Well, that's because you were on a regulator. Okay. No string. I'm gonna have to buy some. I usually keep that yellow string that they use for if you're like marking something out, like a fence or something.